Hello, I'm Fast Lawyer. Today we're doing a Let's Play Dead Rising in 3D in VR using the Geo-11 3D fix. So for those of you that don't know, this is like watching a 3D movie at a 3D movie theater. So this is 180 degree stereoscopic 3D for VR. And the Geo-11 3D driver is a completely free open source piece of software where you can view DirectX 11 games that have DirectX 11 available in 3D using several devices. But obviously I'm a VR channel, so I'm focusing on VR, but you can use it for other 3D devices, not just VR. And we're going to choose a new game here. So let's choose an empty slot. Let's go ahead and start. And I wanted to do this video in full 3D, side-by-side 3D, so to upload it to YouTube in full 3D so that you can see what I'm seeing in VR. It's not exactly the same, but it's pretty close. And I highly recommend this. So if you have a VR headset and you own Dead Rising, I think it's a no-brainer to check this out. I'll put a link on this video where you can download this free 3D fix. And all you have to do is unzip it, install it in the game folder, and then have a way to view 3D in VR.
You mentioned something about research for a story.
That's right. Got a tip that something big's happening.
In a nowhere little town like that? They sure didn't mention anything about it on TV.
Yeah, well, I'm freelance, pal. I don't make my living waiting for the TV to tell me what to cover.
Here she is. Willamette, Colorado. Population 53,594. Distinguishing characteristics? Jack shit. About the only thing to do in this town is kill time at the shopping mall.
Like I said, this is a 3D side-by-side. And if you're using that, then you can use virtual desktop.
The army?
With virtual desktop, you can view this in
Looks
VR.
like taking a helicopter was the way to go. I bet they got all the roads blocked off by now. All right, listen. I want to get shots of the whole town before the National Guard finishes roping it off. Take me over the main street.
However, the only reason I'm using side-by-side 3D is for uploading it to YouTube. Normally I wouldn't use this. Normally I would use top and bottom 3D, tab 3D, and I'd use Helix Vision. That's my preferred way of viewing 3D content in VR. Now, I will say that recently I've had issues with SteamVR with the latest update. And what I found out is that you have to change the settings, at least I had to. Because there's a setting that says something like, if VR is paused, what do you want to do? And you have to make it so that it doesn't interrupt VR. It's in the same settings as setting up SteamVR Home on by default. So you can turn it off. And in the same settings, there's something about VR being interrupted, something like that. I don't know the exact wording, but I had to change it to off so that when VR is interrupted, it doesn't automatically turn off or whatever. It doesn't change. And then you want to take the photos here, the brutality.
I have no idea. But one thing's for sure.
Now,
Whatever's going on down
Now, I'm a big fan of Dead Rising. This was one of my favorite games back in the day. You know, back in my younger days. I don't want to give away how old I am, but I definitely enjoyed playing this game, and I never thought I would play it in 3D and VR ever. So I'm really happy for the great 3D community we have in PC VR that brings something like this to the 3D and VR community. So a big thanks to all those who've worked on these projects. Thank you so much. You don't, like I said, you don't need to use virtual desktop. You can use VR Screen Cap, which is totally free and open source. So really, you don't have to spend any money to view this in 3D and VR. Perfect. Perfect. Got it. I thought I was too early. Now, this part of the gameplay is actually very different than the rest. Here, you're just taking photos in first-person view, but this is a 3D action arcade-like game where you just have to survive in a zombie mall. It's a little bit of open world as well. A little bit of a sandbox. This game was very innovative at its time. And it's still hard to describe exactly what the gameplay is. I guess arcade zombie survival is probably one way to put it. Because it's not like Resident Evil survival, zombie survival. It's much different than that. So, but I think calling it arcade zombie survival would be a very accurate description. Perfect.
I want to see the center of town. Take me there.
Now, I think the 3D here looks great. But like I said, it's like watching a 3D movie at a theater. But even then, it looks better than most VR games out today. Definitely looks better than anything on the Quest standalone. Definitely. PC VR, you know, there's a few games that look better than this, but not. I mean, but most PC VR games don't look that good. So this still looks better than most.
Hey, can you get me on the rooftop of that mall?
And you gotta be kidding me. Man, you are nuts.
And now that I played this in 3D, there's no way I'd want to go back to Pancake for this game.
Don't forget to come back for me.
As long as you're not dead, Fred.
It's Frank. Frank West. Remember that name, because the whole world's gonna know it in 3 days when I get the scoop.
All right.
Whoa! Shit!
This is 1920 by 1080 at 60 frames per second on my RTX 3080 with most of the graphical settings on high. I did turn motion blur off.
Get my butt chewed out for this one. We're going down.
And I've been getting a steady 60 frames per second. I haven't noticed any frame rate drops whatsoever, so this is running pretty smoothly. You could try a higher resolution.
Huh? You're the reporter, aren't you?
Yeah.
You came alone.
Yeah, I'm freelance. You know, go on the battlefield alone, no crew. So, what's going on around here anyway?
You came by helicopter, didn't you? What did you see from the sky?
Well, If it were just a riot, I doubt the military would quarantine the entire area. The moratorium on information getting out is a little extreme, in my opinion. There's, something else I can't put my finger on. Doesn't sound like civil disobedience. It's too quiet.
Almost as if everyone's already dead.
Yeah. So why don't you just tell me already? What's going on?
I think you'd better see for yourself. This, my friend, is hell.
The cinematics here definitely remind me of Resident Evil. But like I was saying, there's no way I would go back to pancake gaming after seeing this in 3D and VR. This is the optimal way to experience this. Like I said, this is a game of my much younger, youthful days, full of useful indiscretions. But it definitely is a dream to play it now in 3D, in VR, and I highly recommend it if you have a VR headset to try it out. I'm going to show a little bit more gameplay. I can't show a whole lot because I don't want to make this a long video due to, YouTube and uploading videos and how big of files they can get and all that. Like I said, you can try higher resolution if you want. Now, because I'm 1920 by 1080, 16 by 9, I'm actually using half SBS for virtual desktop, but you can experiment with different resolutions. If you want to try 4 by 3, you can try out full SBS to see how it looks with those different resolutions. I'm going to show a little bit more gameplay, then I'll call it. But, I think this is total eye candy. I think it looks great. If you're a fan of Dead Rising, you have a VR headset, I think this is a no-brainer to try. I can't imagine playing this any other way now that I've experienced this. It really makes you think, if this looks this good in 3D and VR, how many other games, how many old games, developers with their game catalogs just bring these to VR. Honestly, just 180 3D for me would be good enough. I know some people want full VR, they want 360 VR with full room scale and motion controllers and all that. I am using an Xbox One gamepad. But for me, this is good enough.
Where is my Madonna? Where is she?
And it's magical. Like I said, playing these old games, I can't imagine playing them any other way than in 3D and VR. It really does look amazing. Can't stress enough how good this looks.
No time to ogle pretty girls, son. You looking to get yourself eaten alive by zombies?
What? Did you just say zombies?
Take a look out there. If those ain't zombies, what would you call them?
So I've mostly shown cinematic scenes. I wish I could show more action. We'll do a little bit of an action scene now, but I think it looks great either way, whether the cinematics or whether the actual gameplay. They both look good in 3D and VR.
Are stupid and slow. We should be safe in here. All right then. Feel like making yourself useful? Take a look around the mall. Bring anything we can use for the barricade back here. Andale! Come on, pronto!
So I believe the only thing you can do here is trigger the event. So we're just gonna trigger the event here. And This is where the dog, the Chihuahua, I mean, not the poodle, Madonna, yeah, the poodle Madonna.
You! Stop right there! Do you have any idea what you've done? Why did you summon me to this place? What are you planning?
Would you calm down? I don't even know what you're talking about.
But yeah, the 3D looks great.
What the?
Absolutely fantastic. A lot of nostalgia here. And I really hope more developers bring games in their back catalog to VR. This just really shows how good this and other games would look in 3D and VR. But thankfully, the 3D community is bringing at least some of these games to VR. Madonna! Oh man, that old lady just killed a bunch of people.
What in the hell are you people doing? Run! Quick, move! Get over here! Everyone, move this way! Quick, to the stairs! Move!
So this just so it doesn't really matter what happens here. You can actually die. It doesn't matter for this, at least for this initial part of the game. It just depends which cutscene you trigger. We're just gonna go up and trigger the cutscene where we escape.
Where are the others?
I don't know. I hope they got away.
As long as those things are in the mall, we better not use this door.
What are you doing?
The air ducts. They'll get us back into the mall, and apparently those things aren't smart enough to use the ducts. So they won't be a factor.
Wait a minute. You want to get back in there? What for? Hey.
Nice camera. Are you a photographer?
As a matter of fact, I am. Frank West, photojournalist.
Could you show me some pictures, Frank?
Definitely some things look a whole lot better in 3D and VR.
You really seem to know what you're doing. Who are you guys, anyway? And what are you... I took that one near the entrance. That guy do something?
Nope. Thanks for showing me, though.
Hey, we're not done talking yet. Just who are you guys?
I'm Jesse. The man you saw earlier is Brad. That's all I'm authorized to tell you.
So I'm just going to show a little bit more, then I'll have to stop this video. Unfortunately, it's just running too long. I like to show more action, but unfortunately, with YouTube and 3D and all that, and trying to make it 60 frames per second, and just the video files just get too big. We don't want to... Actually, we do have to go through there. So we're just going to go through the air duct here. Now, you really have two options. You can use these survivors to kind of help you out, and you can try to do some of the missions with them. Or you can actually just save them and just do the mission alone. I would say it's probably better to just save them rather than try to use them to help you on the mission, because you know, if they die, you know, you don't get any of the benefits of the upgrades and stuff. So if you want to avoid that, you definitely want to just save them. That'd be my recommendation.
Come on! Come on!
So you want to get them together, get them following you, and then go back just where you came from. So not too difficult.
Follow me! Come on! Come on! Follow me!
There we go. And we just saved them that easy. Escort complete. That's probably the easiest mission in the whole game. And what you want to do is... the jump kick skill.
What's happened? I understand.
And you can save the game right here. I really suggest saving as often as you can. It's really easy to lose a lot of progress in this game if you're not careful. But now we can go back to the mission, and I'm just going to show a little bit of that because, like I said, I don't want to make this a long... This video's already going longer than I want, to be honest. So you can take the elevator. That's the easy way, but I suggest going through the warehouse because there's some cool weapons you can get there, and it's basically the same way, just the elevator's faster. Well, that sucked. We fell straight down. Unfortunately, I didn't know that when you're in the conversation that you can't jump. I did not know that. It's no big deal. It doesn't really change too much. Okay, that's if we would have taken the elevator. So actually, we were going the right way. We went the wrong way. So you want to go here, trigger this event, and I'm just going to show a little bit because this video is already too long.
Zombies, huh? Had a feeling you'd show up.
So like I said, I am uploading this as 3D side by side.
Look, don't sneak up on me.
Brad was attacked. I located him on the monitor. Ugh!
It's probably just a sprain.
I've got to help Brad, or he's done for.
All right, fine. Give me your gun. Come on. I'm the reason you just got hurt. Let me help.
No, I can't let a civilian do that. That's against regulations.
Yeah, well, I don't think they had zombie-infested malls in mind when they wrote those regulations, kid.
You know how to use this?
Kinda. I've covered wars, you know. Look, after I'm through helping you, you and I are gonna have a nice little chat.
So like I said, I just want to show a little bit more so you can see some of the action scenes. This is actually most of the gameplay here, just picking up weapons, seeing what kind of effects they have on the zombies. Uh-oh. Might as well. Okay. Like I said, I wanted to end the video anyways. That's all I want to show. I'm Fast Lawyer. This has been my Let's Play Dead Rising in 3D and VR. I highly recommend using the YouTube app on the MetaQuest store to view this in glorious 3D. Anyway, thanks for watching. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye.